Hi Taurus, welcome to your week ahead tarot scope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Your key to the week this week is your card, the Lady Venus. The Empress is with you this week, right? So this is a week for you to indulge. I know, right? It's a week for you to enjoy, but more importantly, this is a week for you to really be yourself. Allow the energies of the Taurian energy that you carry to rise up in you and to radiate off and from you. This is a week where you're likely to be looking good, feeling good. I really like this for a lot of you as well. And the reason I say this is because it's like you're starting to, as I said to you I think it was either in your monthly reading, it's like you're starting to see the results now of whatever actions you've been taking. You're starting to see the goods, and this is a week where you can enjoy them. I will say to you as well, this week, wherever there are hot tips, like little tidbits of gossip, and when I say gossip, I don't mean like, you know, celebrity drawl and dribble and all of that stuff. When I talk about gossip, what I mean is when somebody comes to you and says, oh yeah, you know what, I heard about this thing that's really going to blow up, and like maybe now might be a time to invest in it. Yes, use your own discernment. If it's a get rich quick scheme or anything like that, you probably do want to do your homework and your research and likely steer clear. But if this is from a trusted source, somebody who you know really knows their stuff, this may very well be a week to listen. It could be a week where you get ahead. Finally, when it comes to your physical self, like the way that you look, this week it does feel like you are feeling yourself, right? Like you're looking good, you're feeling good, and there's a part of you that is radiating that out. Live it, all right? Live it. How often do we get to have those moments where we just feel really good about how we look or about how we feel, all right? Live it, love it, and breathe it. With that said, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. For your actions and options, you have the Four of Cups with the Empress. Not only is this a good week for you, but the Four of Cups, this is literally you snapping yourself out of a funk. Maybe you've had a little bit of a moment, or maybe there was something that you couldn't get past. This week, not only does that situation break, you start to gain momentum, and more importantly, you've got a gift or a present or even some sort of support that's coming in for you this week. It could be financial or monetary. For a lot of you, it's just going to be the piece that you need to make a certain thing in your life work. I love this. I really love it because there's support and blessings coming in here, and possibly from spaces and places and people that you don't expect them. All right, so stay tuned. With that said, for your communications and conversations, you have so this is the Hermit card. So that's quite a lot of earth already, because you've got the Empress, which is your card, so rules Taurus and sometimes Libra, but mostly Taurus. So in your communications and conversations, for you this week, it's like a lot of what you're saying or sharing with people, you're bringing the wisdom. But that wisdom is tempered with personal flair, all right? So do expect yourself this week to be having conversations where people are calling on your knowledge, your expertise, and your wisdom. It's like the smarts that you have, maybe in spaces and places that you don't use every single day, are being called upon. So this is you giving good information, possibly teaching in some regard. For some of you, this may also be a slower week of communication, but here's the beauty of it. While there might not be a whole lot of quantity of communication, there is absolute quality. All right, so I love this. The Hermit card with that Four of Cups as well. This week you could really be having, it's like you're able to express yourself at that emotional level a lot more, a lot deeper. And I think that's what's going to snap you out of, you know, potentially for some of you, if you had a bit of a funk thing going on, this is where you break that situation. Now, when it comes to those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, Honestly, this could be you having a conversation with a peer or a professor where they actually look at you for a moment and they're like, huh, you know what? We didn't actually realize that you were this gifted. It's not because they've underestimated you. They may not have had time. And it's like sometimes when you have that one-on-one with somebody, you get that sort of, oh, okay, so you know what? Like, yeah. And there's something this week that suggests while you are quiet, there's a lot of good information coming into you. There's a lot of pieces to the puzzle. So you're still working really hard, but there are developments being made for sure. When it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, this feels for me like you're doing something very much on your own this week, all right? So you might be left to your own devices. Maybe the boss says, look, we've got 2 people out, like we're crazy busy. There's this going on, there's this going on. I need you to take front and center, or I need you to take point. And you absolutely do, like a boss, right? You're a Taurus, hello. And because you're left to your own defenses or designs or whatever the other word might be, it's almost like they're kind of stood pat like, wow, they're smashing it. Like, do you see what I mean? For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, here there is a readjustment of some sort, okay? And it might be for some of you that this is, you're looking at the budget, maybe you're looking at the resources and saying, okay, and it's not about cutting your losses or anything like that. It might be that you're saying, okay, we are going to need help, or, you know, if you're a one-man band like myself, maybe you're starting to outsource more, or to say, right, okay, this is what I'm going to need. And I need to think about the budget, the resources. What do I have available and what am I going to need to stretch to? So for some of you, when it comes to your business, this could literally be a week where you're setting yourself a stretch goal and you're expanding really quickly. Certainly on the inner planes, in order to expand on the outer planes. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, you are bringing the smarts. Like, don't be surprised if you're called upon heavily this week when it comes to the family, when it comes to even old colleagues. Don't be surprised if you get a phone call out of the blue this week where someone's like, you know, I know you don't work anymore, or I know you're retired, or but I really need to pick your brains on this. And it could be a lot of fun for you. It might actually, for a select few of you, see you dip back into something of your old knowledge and skills. For those of you that are, and then for your love and relations, you got the Lover's card, right? So for those of you that have maybe had challenges or issues in your relationship, or maybe things have been a bit slower than usual, this is you guys not only getting back to those sort of, yeah, potentially honeymoon vibes, but I think this is, because you've got it with the Empress as well, this is your relationship takes on a sweetness. There's a love here. There's a like a love of love. There's a need for things to be easier and smoother. Or for a lot of you, this could literally be where you're dedicating more time to your partner. And there is nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's favored, especially this week. When it comes to your physical, your wrong section, Raf. For those of you that are single, if you are looking to mingle, look at this, right? So you're potentially connecting to somebody that's either very, very good looking, and the chances are this person is probably going to be older than you, or at least has that whole sort of wise wisdom energy about them. I like this a lot, because it's like you connect on the communicative level first, and then you realize, like, and a lot of people say like, oh, that's not possible, but it totally is. I've had conversations with people before where I'm like, you know what, I love this person's mind, and then I step back and I'm like, and you're actually kind of cute too. You know, it happens sometimes that you see somebody's brain or their soul, or, you know, everything else about them before you see their looks. And then sometimes you meet somebody that smacks you between the eyes. Jason Momoa. Not that I've met him, but, you know, for your money and materials, you have the Knight of Cups. For those of you that are business owners, there's some really solid offers coming in this week. Now, I wonder if this is what prompts some of you to say, okay, this is great, but I am going to need to expand here beyond what I have available or what is currently possible. There is an increase in the workload, but this increase to the workload brings with it potential financial blessings. When it comes to the money this week as well, there's overtime for those of you that want it. For some of you, there's even a chance to advance in the career, and this is why I say whatever is put on you this week, like we're two people out and we need you to take point. Do a good job of it, because you're being observed in ways that you might not necessarily notice, that could have very good, very nice long-term implications. For those of you that are, or should I say for your physical health and vitality, I like the Knight of Cups. Because it suggests that you're enjoying moving things forward and potentially enjoying, you know, the results of some of your hard work. You're looking good, you're feeling good. When it comes to your home and environment, the Knight of Cups, for those of you that are homeowners, and I know you're going to be like, well, my house isn't even on the market, but that's the point. For some of you, you might get maybe someone phone you up, or maybe an estate agent, and say, look, by the way, we've had somebody come in and say that they're really interested in your property. Are you interested in selling? Probably not, but you could be getting that kind of message or sort of insight in some regard. You could also be getting a lot of, and this is for all of you, whether you're a homeowner or not, you could be getting a lot of interest either in your area or the properties either side of yours. Either which way, it bodes very well for you. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.